Miracles. If you've never believed in them before, this next story may change all that. It's an amazing story about how one woman and her newborn baby changed the face of medicine, and how what happened to them can now potentially help save lives around the world. What you are watching inside this operating room is a rare moment in the circle of life. It is something you rarely witness, a clash between life and death. Because as this young woman you see here is about to give birth to her first child, she is at this same moment dying. This is the story of Patricia Durante. Patricia and her husband Lou had just learned the good news.
I just had this feeling it was a little girl.
The couple began documenting their journey into parenthood. But just a few days after this joyous moment, and after a routine blood test at this Montreal hospital, the unthinkable happened. Patricia was told she had leukemia.
It was just bittersweet. I was so excited to be a mother, and at the same time, all I could think of is, will she have a mother?
Patricia was diagnosed with a very rare and difficult form of leukemia. She was only given a 15% chance of survival. She needed chemotherapy right away, and doctors recommended she terminate her pregnancy. Patricia told doctors she was going to try and carry her baby full term, but they feared she might not live that long. And that's when she says she read something remarkable.
It was called Pregnancy to Parenthood. And I remember, reading it and it said right there, that stem cell can be stored and used to treat diseases like leukemia. So I'm like, this is it.
What she was reading about was cord blood banking. That's where the blood from the umbilical cord is drawn into a bag and stored. Cord blood is rich in stem cells and can mimic any cell in the body. Patricia's doctors weren't convinced it was the answer. Patricia didn't want to hear any of it. So she made arrangements to have her cord blood saved the minute her baby would be born.
She's gonna save my life. I was convinced.
But the leukemia was ravaging her body. Patricia knew she was slowly dying, and the pregnancy was only complicating matters. Doctors couldn't wait any longer. So at 31 weeks, when a baby's survival rate is high, Patricia was induced.
It was a very difficult moment because here I am giving life, giving birth. I'm so excited, but at the same time, everybody was looking at me. Like, poor lady, she's got cancer, and everybody would stare at us, and I was a little embarrassed. I felt guilty that my child was being born premature.
Hold it.
This is the remarkable video of that moment on September 2nd, 2001. With her mother sick and barely alive, little Victoria Angel came into the world weighing only 3 pounds.
Okay, she's so beautiful.
It was such a miracle to actually see the baby for the first time. And she was so beautiful and so tiny and so precious.
And now for Patricia, the real fight would begin. She was taken immediately into intensive care and given huge doses of chemotherapy.
I think for a good 20 days, I didn't even get up, and my husband would go in the NICU and videotape Victoria Angel. And then Louis would bring me the video. And I was at a point where I didn't even want to see the video. I felt so guilty. And I just felt so numb. That my child was in another ward on the same floor. I felt like a horrible mother. I didn't have the strength to go see her.
But doctors had a plan. They were going to completely destroy Patricia's bone marrow and try to kill the leukemia. But that would leave her with no immune system and the risk that a simple infection could kill her. She was on a bone marrow transplant list with no match, so doctors decided to infuse her with her daughter's cord blood stem cells. And the umbilical cord that acted as a lifeline between mother and daughter was now being used to try to save Patricia's life.
Say hi, Mom.
I stayed there 60 days. I was released. I went home.
That was 7 years ago. Today, Patricia is cancer-free.
Yeah, and here she is, my little miracle. You're strong.
I see tonight.
Yeah, and you're such a strong girl. You know, did you hear all the things that you've done? Mommy loves you. You're strong. And you made Mommy strong.